Today on Gun Talk, veteran SWAT team officer Dave Spaulding shows us his training techniques with the ins and outs of carrying concealed handguns. From the shooter stance to drawing to taking the shot, which may save your life, Dave shows us his way. Named Law Enforcement Trainer of the Year in 2010, Dave Spaulding has more than 36 years in law enforcement and federal security experience. He was the founding member of his agency's SWAT team and spent 12 years as their training officer. Over his professional career, Dave performed hundreds of high-risk, forced entries into the lairs of heavily armed felons. His on-the-job experiences have led him to develop unique approaches to firearms handling. If you have a gun for protection, training and practice are essential.
That's especially true for the more than 6 million Americans who have permits to carry. Florida started the trend more than 20 years ago, and today, law-abiding citizens in 49 states can get permits to carry.
Using a gun for protection is a complex subject. And even though you took the required class to get your permit, the hard truth is that it didn't teach you everything you need to know.
Today on Gun Talk, Dave Spaulding, Law Enforcement Trainer of the Year, gives you a good look at what you didn't learn in your concealed carry class. Stop! Yeah. For most concealed carry holders, they really will never have to draw their gun and use it. And really, Dave, you want to avoid that at all costs, right?
Absolutely. Anytime you enter conflict of any type, regardless of the level of skill you may think you possess, you always run the risk of losing, so don't if you don't have to.
And that being said, if you do have to draw your gun, there are some things that we were talking about. You call them the essentials, and why don't you start and kind of show me what you're talking about, grip and trigger?
Well, the primary essentials are the human contact with the gun, and if you ever watch people who shoot, especially on Hollywood television shows,
right,
there seems to be some kind of understanding that it's just like a tabletop action, and it's not. The grip on the pistol is a very specific action, and let me show you what I'm talking about. What we're trying to do is we're trying to apply pressure to the grip in a 360-degree fashion. We're just not wrapping our hands around.
Right.
The shooting hand's going to grab the gun high on the grip tang, and it's going to apply pressure from front to back like you're squeezing a pair of pliers.
Right.
The support hand's going to come in and squeeze from side to side like you're squeezing a rubber ball.
Okay.
So you're going to take the heel of your hand, you're going to put it in that open space, squeezing from side to side,
right,
from front to back. Then you're going to place your finger on the trigger, and what you're going to try to do is to depress that trigger, keeping the muzzle on target.
Got it, yeah.
The way I look at it, Ryan, trigger control is weapon control, and let me make it a little bit more specific. A lot of people don't understand trajectory. 1/16 of an inch of muzzle movement at 20 feet translates to a miss of the point of aim, point of impact by 4.5 inches.
Okay, well maybe we should put some rounds on target and kind of see what that looks like.
Okay. Get that good 360-degree wrap.
Okay.
Flag that thumb, make
Okay.
room for that hand. Go ahead and sink it in there.
Okay.
Good deal. Front to back, side to side. Go ahead and go on target and concentrate on being minimal on that trigger.
Okay. Just squeeze the trigger.
Excellent. Let your front sight determine your cadence. Go ahead.
Ready?
See that? Focus on the trigger, let your upper body control the recoil, buddy, you're on it. Focus on the trigger. See that? All you're doing is letting the front sight determine your cadence of fire, but you're focusing on your trigger. Do it again. There you go. Excellent, excellent. Now, the way you bring that gun back down is to have good body position.
In a fight, you don't choose when or where the fight starts. So Dave, you're not gonna have the perfect pistol stance, are you?
Yeah, much is made about stance when in reality where your feet are gonna be in a fight is pretty hard to determine.
Sure.
You know, you could be running into position, that's where they're going to be at. Where your feet are really aren't that important, to be truthful. What controls the recoil, what gets you back on for faster follow-up shots, is your upper torso. Having that upper body, all of that body mass, in behind the gun is what will get it back on target. Can I show you what I'm talking about?
Yeah, show me what you mean.
I want to have my upper torso into it, just like that. What I do is let my upper torso get in behind the gun, and then I just let my front sight determine my cadence of fire.
Well, and you have a lot more weight behind the gun with that than just using your arms.
Absolutely correct. Why waste all of this?
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense. And let me show you something. My feet don't even have to be in the same position. Let me turn them totally sideways.
Wow. Okay.
I'm going to turn my body like this. I'm going to get in behind the gun, and I think you'll see the same result. As you can see, I can still hit where my feet are located. Really doesn't matter much.
Can I give this a shot?
You bet.
Wow.
Other than the fact it feels a little awkward, it doesn't affect your shooting at all.
No, you're still able to be fast and accurate.
Absolutely.
And keeping it simple is what it's about, right?
Simple is good.
Coming up after the break, Dave shows Tom how to face a threat and how to draw your weapon.